another episode of The Art of Making Friends. My name is Lisa.
And it's Erin.
And today we have a very special guest. My best friend from high school turned into family, Mark Arsenault, the legend.
Yay!
Sure, I'm a legend, but
You are in my book.
I appreciate the kind words.
You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, The Art of Making Friends podcast. You can find us on our website at theartofmakingfriends.com. You can find us on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Am I missing anything, Erin?
All of them, I think. Lisa, I think we're on all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So today's episode is pretty special, at least for me, you know. And Erin, I think that at the end of the episode, you'll feel the same way. It was special.
I do have to say, Mark, I met your parents, but I didn't meet you. So this is
Where did you meet the parents?
I met your parents at Lisa's wedding party that she had in Albany, New York.
So you met them a long time ago.
It sure was.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks for bringing that up, Mark.
You know.
Well, speaking
I'm the
of
oldest
Mark,
one here, so like, if anyone should feel bad about being dated, it's probably me.
Well, speaking of a long time, but maybe we can get into a reason why Mark wasn't there and his parents were.
I thought this was about making friends.
It is. But, you know, that's a key component of our relationship, so we shan't gloss over it.
It is.
Now everyone's like, shit, what happened?
I think this calls for a little alcohol.
Yeah, no, for sure. Get your drink ready, and I'm gonna go into badass mode.
Whoa. What is happening? She's transforming, folks.
I brought two down because I couldn't decide which one. Are we doing summer or the porch rocker?
Porch rocker.
Porch? Okay.
I got blonde because that's what the very cheap liquor store had down the street, Tapaki, if you will.
That works.
But
I don't think we need to be picky about that.
Oh no, you're not too picky. It's just Sam Adams.
Well, we don't want to get into that.
Okay. Already too controversial. Lisa,
so
you are full badass mode.
So listen, I got these glasses to travel with because I wore this tracksuit and the glasses match. But let's be honest about these sunglasses. They do look badass, but they have readers at the bottom.
Readers.
You know,
I knew that secret.
Very important at my age. All right. So I have
Do you remember? I know you remember Nashville. That'll be part of this, I'm sure. But do you remember walking down the street in Nashville and people telling you how awesome your sunglasses were?
Yes, and me telling everybody, "Oh my God, you won't even believe the best part about it is they're readers." I sent so many Amazon links that day. I was like, "Where'd you get them?" Yeah, it's a talking conversation piece. All right, here's to Mark. We started out as friends, but you became my brother the moment your family took me in and then realized you were stuck with me. Most people grow up and stop playing in the dirt, but you turned it into a career as the owner of Green Monster Landscaping, which is really just a tax-sheltered way of saying you play with rocks for a living. And honestly, it's the perfect job for you. You've spent your whole life being heavy and dense. You finally just went pro. In all seriousness, Mark, you and your family gave me a home when I needed one, and I couldn't ask for a better brother. Even if you do spend your days charging people six figures to decorate their yards with expensive gravel. To Mark, may your back hold up, your equipment never break, and may you eventually find a hobby that doesn't involve a wheelbarrow.
Wow.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Mark.
Cheers to me.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Good.
So, I think I'm going to leave the sunglasses on because I'm just digging the vibe. Mark and I met in high school. I was a sophomore. You were a junior. You're 1 year ahead of me. And I think we became friends by default because I was dating the guy who lived across the street, and his name was Matt. And you were Matt's best friend.
Correct.
And so the three of us just started hanging out. Is that how it happened, or do you remember it?
Probably, basically. I don't know if I remember the actual origin, but I think it's probably that's more accurate than not.
You have an older brother, Gary. Gary and I were friends when we went to high school too, because he was a senior, you were a junior, I was a sophomore. Yes. It was a very small school, so we all saw each other on the daily running through the hallways. I think
it was a small school, right? So
the high school at that time, yeah.
And the clique groups were very small.
Good old Epping.
Yeah.
What town is this?
Epping, New Hampshire.
Epping.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you get so Epping mad, you know?
I'll tell you what, when you look it up on the map, it's just two roads that intersect. That's it.
Wow. Yeah,
I
have never heard of Epping.
Now.
Yeah, you should see it these days.
Oh.
It's like four of those intersections?
It's a booming metropolis.
Yeah.
Of box stores and fast food joints.
Well, hey, you worked at one.
Did. The original, the OG fast food.
The OG McDonald's.
Yeah, thing.
So we met in high school. I dated Matt. We all started hanging out. And I don't know, you and I just really kind of hit it off. We just became really good friends. And yeah. I don't even know when I broke up with Matt, but at some point I did, or we did, and then you and I just stayed friends.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of, I felt like, were you guys kind of on again, off again?
I was a fucking sophomore in high school. Of course you were.
Yeah. We were boyfriend and girlfriend when it was convenient, right?
Yeah, I mean, he lived across the street.
You're right, exactly.
The interesting thing, though, and this is a small town kind of thing, Epping had this, it was a 3-class system, right? You were either preppy, or you were a jock, or a bubba.
Yes.
That was it. And the bubbas were the ones who liked to party a little bit more, the ones who probably weren't going to go to college, more vocational trade school, armed services kind of people, or whatever. And the preppies, were the ones who got good grades and, did all the, shit, the Olympics of the Mind and National Honor Society and things like that. And, of course, the jocks were the jocks. And, Mark, what were you?
Well, I guess there was a lot of crossover in Epping. So, you crossed over, in all the categories. You did. You had Bubba friends, you had jock friends, you had preppy friends, but I was in the jock category.
So I definitely crossed over. And I think probably in that way, I think people didn't they were kind of shocked when Matt and I were dating. They were like, what are you doing with that Bubba girl or whatever? But I was also the only thing I wasn't was a jock. I just hung out with them and dated them. I didn't play any sports. Fuck that. I was the class treasurer, so I was a preppy and a nerd. I got good grades. I just like to party also.
That's what I said. You were a crossover.
I was a crossover.
That's my sort of gal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I can go to a biker bar or the White House. In the same outfit and fit in.
In that tracksuit.
You can.
It would be a tracksuit.
Wear a tracksuit anywhere.
Okay, so we kind of were just really, the three of us hung out a lot, and then Mark and I just really hit it off, and we became kind of besties, and Matt and I were off and on, but Mark and I stayed pretty solid. And then the end of my sophomore year, and into the summer, we were hanging out a lot. We do shit together and whatever. um, the end of that summer, was having some family problems at home, and I had decided to move out. But it was like a week before I was supposed to start my junior year in high school, and that was pretty bold because I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just knew I wasn't going home. So my first stop was to go to Exeter, a town that I used to live in, to my friend Rebecca's house. And her parents knew me and knew my family life and knew it was up. But, eventually it was getting down to a few days before I was supposed to start my junior year in high school. And I needed to be in the town that I needed to be in school at, as I wasn't, dropping out of school wasn't an option. So I asked my best friend and said, hey, do you think that your parents would let me stay at your house for a little while until I get this sorted out? What was that ask
like? Like in high school, as much as I didn't like my parents, I guess I shouldn't say I didn't like them, but I guess part of that was like being rebellious and like not wanting to be told what to do. But I guess I knew my parents well enough. What's that?
I think that's pretty common, that age.
I think, yeah, it's very common, right? So there was nothing out of the ordinary, but I knew my parents well enough that they'd be cool with that. So I don't have any real memory of that being like a hard sell or like, I don't know, let me go ask my wife kind of thing. But I'm like, yeah, let me talk to my mom and I'm sure it'll be cool. I think that's pretty much
is too, and this is a subject, that we haven't really talked about so much is, the male to female platonic, friendships. And I think in high school, that's a harder sell, just because everyone's hormonal. They're like, oh, you guys, but we really truly were, there was never any romantic inclination between the two of us. And so, I think for me,
I'm not sure how you controlled yourself, but
well, yeah, it was tough. I had to sit on
looking back now, I know how. Yeah, but
you were very different then, Mark. I have your senior picture. You wore a bolo tie.
I remember that. Yeah, some certain people that live under this roof still laugh about that.
Yeah, certain people that don't live under your roof still laugh about that. Mine wasn't much better. I had like a glamour shot, and the guy kept telling me,
you did.
Unbutton my shirt. He did. You know what? I'm gonna put my picture in this episode just so you can see. I was so uncomfortable, right? And you got the backlight. My hair was big and permed, and I'm kind of like leaning, forward. And he was like, "Undo it." I was like, "What?" And so he goes, "So I did what? I had a button up to like here. I did one." He goes, "One more."
It was the 80s. It's the 80s. It was okay.
What I see, this is not PG.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
felt very uncomfortable with how low my shirt was unbuttoned. So
in defense of Ron, you do have a nice rack, Lisa.
He probably just saw modeling potential. I think he was trying to do you a favor.
Thanks, Erin. You do as well, Erin.
See, it hits different now.
Yeah, it does. So, I don't know, where were we?
Well, actually, I remember. So you guys, this dynamic that you guys had, this is big, right? Because as you were saying, at that age, everybody just assumes you're all hooking up and making out, doing something. You did something.
Yeah. I think for me, that was the biggest thing that I was nervous about with your parents, right?
Okay.
Because I had hung out at his house. I knew his parents. His parents knew me. But I thought, I know they see our friendship, but I hope they see it, for as adults, even as it was, that we were truly platonic. Like I said, I dated Matt. So Mark and I never dated at all, ever. Mm-hmm. And I guess I was worried about their perception of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't ever remember that. It may just be I don't remember it anymore, but them even bring that up as a concern. But
yeah. Well, I don't remember them
possible.
saying anything about it either, because I think, so obviously the sit down happened, and I just was very honest with, it's your mom and your stepdad, Mike, about my situation, because I really didn't have anything to hide about how awful it was. And I was adamant that I wasn't going home. And, dropping out of school wasn't an option. So I was trying to make, the right decisions that could keep me in school, and really just need somebody to understand that I'm not a bad kid. I'm in a fucked up situation, and I could really use some help. And I didn't, we started out with saying, like, all right, it'll be a couple weeks maybe,
Yeah.
But it afforded me the ability to start my junior year. So, and Mark was a senior then. And so, so being in the town that I needed to go to school in was key. So I think we all thought it was going to be a couple weeks, and maybe things would sort itself out and then I'd go home. However, my father had other plans. He decided to involve the court system, and he listed me as a runaway, and he filed a child in need of services petition. And the next thing I know, we're all going to fucking juvenile court. So the court would not emancipate me prior to being 18, so I was 16, unless I was pregnant or joining the armed forces. So that was a negative on either of those fronts. And I think once your parents understood more about my situation and really probably got to see it firsthand, what I was dealing with, your parents did something pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, like they went to court, right, to become, I don't know, is it called certified foster parents?
Yeah,
Licensed. Yeah, foster parents.
Yeah. So they went to court with me for every court proceeding that I had to go to. They stood up with me. They vouched for me. They jumped through all of the hoops that they needed to jump through to become a licensed foster family so that they could keep me.
Which is a huge undertaking.
Massive. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's fair to say that, like, well, I know, mom worked at McDonald's, of course, and like, I think what she liked most about that was like all the kids that she worked with and got to know. And she, I guess she was like really just empathetic to kids that like may have had either troubles or needed some help or what have you. And I don't know, maybe she felt it as her calling, maybe to go out of her way to put the effort in to do this for you.
I do think that she did. And I just, for me, it was the first time I had ever had anybody, a parent, that fought for me, that wanted me. And they jumped through a lot of hoops. Their financial, everything financially had to be exposed. The home had to be inspected. We had to make a separate bedroom for me in the garage. I mean, they had to really jump through some hoops. And
yeah, I was probably, I was so focused on Mark that I don't even remember some of that. But I mean,
you had started dating somebody, I think, at that point.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. But so I do remember this about going to court, because I remember the first time your mom and Mike went to court and they saw who my public defender was. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do, because it was Mike, my stepdad's, his ex's lawyer.
So
that I remember.
Public defender. That I remember. His ex-wife's divorce lawyer, and he was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, So he's probably like, "Fucked again," right?
And now he's gonna work with her on my behalf. And man, I'm telling you,
yeah.
I mean, awkward sauce. Like, what the fuck? Of all the people in the world that can be assigned my case, it's her.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was that connection, right, of Exeter. So that's probably family law in Exeter, which is where Mike's divorce went down, and where.
Yeah, but how would you think of a divorce attorney that's also a public defender in juvenile?
Well, unless maybe she she switched jobs somewhere there in between. I don't know. Yeah.
I do have to submit. My dad is a public defender, and you could take jobs. I mean, because you're like contracted out by the state, so you can take private things on the side. So,
okay.
I mean, the fact that this guy did or woman did very family stuff and then divorce, it seems like a terrible job, frankly.
Yeah.
Well, so it's still family law, though. So, I mean, she was still doing what she
almost
does.
Sense. Yeah.
Well, so I had to report to probation. This kept me out of a group home, by the way, because the only other option was to put me in a group home. That was the option. That if I didn't have a foster family that wanted me, I was going into a group home.
Oh my God!
I reported to probation
when they said the word
until I turned 18.
What did you say when they said the words group home to you? What did you think?
It was surreal to me because, okay, so here I am, right? And, and I've spoken freely about this in some episodes, and I won't go too deep into it now, but, I had some rough times in my life where I was not a great kid, right? But by the time I was 16, I was pretty much like over that. I just wanted to do good grades, go to college, get the fuck out of this small town, get away from my fucked up family, and succeed. And so I think it was so surreal because at 16, when most teenagers are getting into that phase, I was already coming out of it. I had been there, done that. So I was a straight A student. I was high honors. I was a class officer. I did Olympics of the Mind. I did all the geeky shit because I was smart. And I was like, really? Like, you're going to send me to a group home? Like, I haven't committed a crime here. I left a bad situation. So
yeah, those kind of scary words at 16, right?
What's that?
Those are scary words at 16.
I just couldn't imagine myself in that setting. And you know what? And it was funny because at the end of it, the court awarded custody of me to Judy and Mike. And I became a ward of the state when I was 16 years old. And my father was ordered to pay $30 a week for my care.
For your toilet paper?
Yeah, exactly. And so Mike and Judy went, and the first $30 payment came in, and they went and they opened up a savings account for me, right? Okay. And they put that $30 in there. And do you know how much money was in there when I turned 18? $30 fucking dollars. He paid it once to make face with the judge, and then that was it. So I mean, yeah, all of it was just like, what world am I living in right now that this is happening to me, and I'm the bad guy, So here's the thing afterwards. Like, I think, after I graduated from high school, Mark had already graduated the year ahead of me. So the last year that Judy and Mike stayed in Epping, in this small town, Mike got a job in Florida, and Judy stayed in Epping with me for 6 months until I graduated, separated from her husband. All the other kids are gone. It's just me and her. And so, I mean, they made huge sacrifices for me. Like, I just can't. So I knew then that, I was never leaving them. That, you're stuck with me. Like, this isn't just one and done. I'm not moving. Like, when I turn 18, it's not like, okay, bye, see you later, thanks, Like, these were my family now. They did more for me in the 2 years I lived with them than the rest of my entire family had done for me my whole entire life. So, so I call his mom, and I call Mike, because that's what you call him. But I wasn't going anywhere. You fuckers are stuck with me. So, Mark, what happened to you after high school? Where'd you go?
Well, wait, whoa. I just want to note something.
Yeah.
Now I know why you wore sunglasses. Because that is ridiculous. That story is ridiculous. That is, I know there's a lot of talk about religion these days, and the one of note is Christianity. But those are some very Christian people taking care of other humans.
Your mom gave me
I agree.
her Bible. I told you this.
I don't know.
Your mom gave me her Bible. It was a leather one that zipped, a little one.
Mm-hmm.
It was given to her in 1969, and she gave it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna cry. And she gave it to me when I graduated high school. She was moving to Florida, and I was staying in New Hampshire. And she said, it's only because of my faith in God that I was able to help you.
Your mom and
Mike.
Stepdad?
Mike.
Yeah. He's Mike to me. But yeah.
Mike.
I always call him Mike.
Yeah, I remember hearing her speak about the decision to do that. And it was
my wedding party.
Yes. It stuck. Yeah. Very moving.
Yeah.
And she said to everyone there, if you're ever in a situation where you have the means and the opportunity, you should not say no.
She's a pretty amazing woman.
That stuck right up here. It was very, very powerful.
Yep. So, she took a chance on me when I needed it the most. And I will never, ever, ever forget that. Yeah, so Mark was dating this girl. And then, so I graduated. Mark had already moved out of the house. And
yes, super quick, early.
And we can skim right over this with one sentence if you want, Mark.
Well, it depends on what that sentence is, I guess.
And then we didn't talk to each other for how many years?
A lot. We don't have to skim over it. I have a lot to own for this. I realize I made a lot of mistakes and there's a lot of regrets, and yeah, right up there at the top of the list of life regrets after, well, they're probably related, these regrets. It was like losing touch with you.
Yeah. I think, so Mark and I didn't see each other or speak again for 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. A long time.
Yep.
Ago. And Mark had a girlfriend that he married, and I don't think she ever understood our relationship or our friendship or our family-ship. That's a whole other story, but, from my end of it, I always respected Mark's decision in his marriage, really. And it was weird because for all of those 25 years, I was still very involved with the rest of your family.
If you hadn't respected that, you probably could have got out of my misery a lot sooner.
She was never going to like me no matter what.
Right.
And I knew this wasn't about you. I knew it wasn't about you. I knew it was about her. But I thought, okay, you know what? I just kept hoping that someday, at some point, you and I could reconnect, because our love and our bond, I don't think ever faltered during that time. And
when we did finally reconnect, it was like we didn't miss a beat. So, I guess I would say that your assessment is accurate.
Yeah. So I got the news through your mom, and look at the big smile on my face now, that you were getting a divorce. And I was like, yeah. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was like that, but I wasn't like that, because I know that divorce is
I know. Right. I always say, divorce is tough. Divorce is one of the toughest things you'll go through in your life, even if you want it.
Yes, it really is. It's a shit show. Erin, don't ever do it.
I think we're pretty safe. I mean, you know, we did assemble a large piece of furniture together last night, and I thought,
oh wow, yeah. Like if you went to IKEA together and brought something home, and you're using that piece of furniture, then you're good.
So, you know, we survived another one of those.
But after you got divorced and you reached out, I mean, I remember our first phone call, and it was a lot of tears and a lot of talk and a lot of honesty and a lot of tears, I think. But so then we made a reunion, and we all went to Nashville.
We did.
So Mom and Mike drove up from Florida with your brother and his wife, and I drove down from Cincinnati, and we all just rented an Airbnb, and you flew in, right?
I flew in, yeah.
And so we just rented an Airbnb and just had a massive, what did we do, like 4 or 5 days?
It was like a sort of extended long weekend, right?
Yeah. We went to all the honky tonks.
Super fun.
We had so much fun. We had such a great time.
And Dawn came down. Didn't she fly down like a day after me?
Yep.
Yeah, she had something going on.
Mark's current wife, who is fucking amazing.
Well, she's my second wife, and I said I would not get married again because the first one was so bad. But Dawn's pretty amazing. So
Dawn's awesome.
She's pretty much the polar opposite of my first wife.
Thank God. So since then, I think we both have just made this extraordinary, but just extra effort to see each other.
Yeah, it's a lot of, for me, it's a lot of like, I got to make up for lost time.
Well,
it is. It is. Like a couple of years ago, I had 2 different work events like that just happened to be in Ohio.
Yep.
It was like, and actually one of them was like, they were both, I didn't need to go to either one of them, but they were both like, oh shit, these are cool. One's in Columbus, right? And the other one was in Dayton. I was like, well, that's like, okay, I'm doing that one. That's easy. Because then I can like extend the trip and spend a couple of days with Lisa.
And we've gone to concerts. I've gone out there for your Labor Day parties. We've gone to shows, you, Don, and I. We've hung out. We went to the beach the one day. We just had, it's like really 25 years passed in between. And when I say not a word in 25 years, I mean it. We did not speak in 25 years. But when we picked back up, we just picked up, not where we left off, because we were, much younger where we left off. But
yes, younger and more svelte. And here we are now.
For yourself.
We're triathlon for you.
I think that those days are over now too. So
and marathons.
Yeah, well, but don't forget to mention back surgery a year ago, and that's that's not happening anymore.
We all age, dear. We all age. You can still rock out.
Yes, I can still rock a tracksuit.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
And probably a tractor.
You're
not wrong.
I knew it.
You're not wrong.
New Hampshire.
I'll just give his business a plug here because honestly, I say this, like, I also wasn't around, I wasn't a part of your life when you were building this business and getting into this career. Yep. Your work in landscaping really is stunning. Like, you do amazing projects that are just artful and beautiful. And like, I know your clients have crazy budgets, right? But like, you just do amazing work. I am very, very proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I really do have a love for what I do, even though it's hard and laborious. But I mean, my favorite part of my job is like between, sales and estimating and meeting clients and all the other things that go around, like with running a small business. My favorite part is still like hands in the dirt, banging on rocks, creating, being in the field. But it's getting harder. It's getting harder, but
and your business name is really cool too. Who came up with that?
With what?
Who came up with the business name?
Oh, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Erin, Did I ever tell you what Erin said? So, do you even know what Erin did before she was a podcaster?
No.
Erin?
Oh, actually, this was what I was going to ask you. As your new friend-in-law, who also comes to New Hampshire, so I am in on this. What questions do you have for me? What do you need to know? What do you need?
I don't know anything about you.
Did you watch the episode of the podcast?
What's that?
I listen to you. I don't watch podcasts.
Oh, okay. Well, did you listen to the first episode?
Yeah, I put them on in my truck when I'm driving wherever,
okay.
and
So
I
listen
to your first episode.
That was the big one. So you know how Erin and I met. Well, Erin, tell him, just because clever business names, tell him what you do, were, I don't know.
Who knows? No way to know. So I was a medical doctor. So I went to medical school, and then after that, I trained to become a pathologist, which people always think is like autopsies and stuff like that. But really, it is when you have surgery and they take something out for cancer or not cancer or whatever, they send it to pathology. We are the magical diagnosis that comes back and the staging of the tumor and things that drive treatment. So I always say to people that the oncologist is kind of the actor, and then we're the lighting and the stage direction and all that stuff on the back end. The magical diagnosis that comes back, cancer or not cancer. That's a pathologist. And then I did a specialization in skin pathology. And then I opened a lab where we process skin biopsies, sometimes dog skin biopsies, but you didn't hear that here from me.
It's more dog.
Maybe. And we would process these skin biopsies and give out diagnoses to people in the community, and it was called New England Tissue Issue.
Never
Gesundheit.
I laugh every time.
And do you know what?
Funny.
No.
During COVID, remember when people were like freaking out about toilet paper?
Yeah.
Some guy called our lab and was demanding that we had some stockpile of toilet paper because we were called Tissue Issue. And he was giving the ladies up front some real guff because he was saying, I used to work there. And they were like, you didn't work here, sir. They were going back and forth. So yeah, it evokes all sorts of emotions from people. New England Tissue Issue.
Well, I still say the greatest lasting effect of COVID is finding out about bidets.
Oh.
Life-changing.
Now you're going to have to talk to my husband, Greg. Now, this is where Lisa and I go get another drink, and you guys have at it.
Let's go, Greg. Come on, dude.
Specialized toilets, heated water. He wants all in on it.
I never knew you picture, and you had a bidet there, and I was like, "Ooh, that's lovely." I now have bidets and on my toilets at my home. Yeah. By the way, let's go back to Mark. The name of your business is Green Monster Landscaping, and I love that.
Yes. Landscapes.
Sorry,
Green Monster Landscapes.
My bad. What have we learned here in this lesson, really?
What have we learned?
Session?
First thing I learned is to shut my phone off.
Fair enough.
Let's see. What have we learned? Here's what I learned. I don't think that any amount of time is too long to get back in touch with your friend.
Yeah. I think my big takeaway is like, don't ever let anybody dictate who you are, who you want to be, or like just make you do things you're not comfortable with to appease somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of my life was doing things to make other people happy.
Yeah.
at the expense of myself and other people I cared about.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it was really beautiful to see you blossom again after that.
At this age, imagine that. But,
I know, but
no, I think it was always there. I just was in this environment around. I was in an environment around me that I don't know, it's this stifling environment.
It was nice to see you come out of that intact.
Yeah, it took a long time to get out of that, and a long time to realize that that this is not me. This is not who I want to be. This is not how I want to live. Like, why are things like this? And
it wasn't just reconnecting with me either. I think that there were other relationships that suffered. And
yeah, absolutely.
And you really you rekindled a lot of relationships and discovered new ones,
Well, I think that's the big thing is getting to a point where I was sort of tired of not being myself.
Right.
And part of this was getting into fitness and getting into running clubs and triathlon clubs. And I always had this, we were very different people. We had a homebody and an introvert and a social bug and an extrovert, which there's a lot of people in relationships like that, which is 100% fine if you can respect each other's differences. But when one of those people tries to force the other to be the same as them, that's eventually going to fail.
Can't change people.
That's sort of what happened with us. And it's really amazing that it lasted as long as it did.
I agree.
How long were you married?
25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, we celebrated our 25th with a divorce. So.
Wow.
You got
party. I'm in the window. Let's see. Carry the one. How long have I been married? This December will be 24 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm in
so
the window.
Much if you're not seeing the writing on the wall by now, then whatever, you're cool, right? But the writing was there, which I probably wasn't paying attention to. It's much more clearer now, looking back at it.
Oh, it always is hindsight.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's why they say it's 2020.
I certainly know our parents are way happier now that we are talking and involved in each other's lives again, because, that was really hard for them too.
Yeah.
Because it would come up about wanting to do a family reunion. And, I'd always have to say, are they going? And what would my presence there do?
Mm-hmm.
And so mind you, those 25 years, we couldn't all get together and hang out, we always had to do that sort of separately. And over those years, I just kept growing with the family, just without Mark. So that kind of sucked.
Yeah. And I was kind of growing apart from the family, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now
that must have been one hell of a party when you guys got back together.
Nashville was very fun.
That's fun.
Nashville was really fun. The first time we got to hang out. And really, not to be corny or anything, but I just feel like it gives me great joy every time we get to hang out, And again,
I do. I love it. I so look forward to seeing you every time there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I want to do, I honestly, 100%, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, want to do it.
Yeah. We don't miss an opportunity to do it when we can.
Right.
If there's, I'll go out to your place for your Labor Day party. Are you going to have it this year?
I don't know. Maybe smaller scale, closer people.
The greatest band that he gets, we'll give them a plug, called The Wheel of Awesome. And they have this huge spinning wheel on the stage, and they just spin it.
They're all awesome dudes.
So what's the categories, Mark?
Oh God. There's
Prince?
Americana. There's Americana. There's Prince. there's Bowie, there's 90s, and they just have like a big wheel, like it's sort of like the Wheel of Fortune, right?
They just spin the wheel, whatever it lands on.
And whatever it lands on, they'll land on Americana, right? And they'll play like Neil Young or something. Or they land on Prince. Or they land on 90s and they'll play
punk rock.
Yeah, they have a punk rock category. They land on that. They have Bones.
Shots and beers.
What's that?
Shots and beers.
That's their only original song.
Yeah, their only original. That's right.
Yes.
Shots and beers. Shots and beers.
And beers. Shots and beers. Shots and beers. Yeah.
Very catchy.
Wow. The band's name is Wheel of Awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's based on they spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, they play.
They're so much fun.
They are. They're balls.
I can't wait to track this band down.
Okay. So you need to have the party this year because I will come out and Erin and Greg will come up.
All right.
That will be your very pared down guest list.
There it is.
Oh my gosh. How exciting.
Well, it has been lovely having you on our show. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Erin has had a lovely time, I'm sure.
It's been such a pleasure to meet you, really.
Nice
and I can't wait to see you.
Next time I'm in Rhode Island.
Please. You have my number now?
I will look you up.
Oh, God. And if you're a landscaper, Greg's going to have so many questions for you.
Oh, I love questions from homeowners about their landscape.
Well, and he can give you a bidet tour.
Cheers to you. And you're going to have a party in September and we're going. Oh, you are so out of beer.
I am out of beer, but I can't have too many because I may go to the brewery right now. We'll see.
Oh, you don't want to pre-party too hard?
That might be more beer.
Well, I'm all dressed and ready for it. So.
Oh,
yeah,
you're good in that tracksuit, aren't you?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
I think
all
that's
right, Lisa. I think so.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
I love you.
I love you too.
Awesome.